Hey guys, it's Nikki Momo here and welcome back to my channel. It is October and lately in my videos I've only talked about how much I enjoyed fall and how much I like Halloween. I haven't really made any videos where we talk about anything like spooky or something to do with Halloween, like decorating a house or making spooky Halloween costume. So I figured now that I have time before I have to run to work, I wanted to make a video of my experience living with ghosts. Yes, not one, not two, how about 3 ghosts in total. I'm currently not living with any ghosts, thank God, because of what I've been watching on YouTube lately when it comes to, you know, paranormal stuff. It all began when my sister moved out. Before my sister moved out to go to university in a different city, I experienced I experienced one incident before she left. And this was like the beginning of knowing someone else was living with me in the house. The basement at my parents' house was pretty much my man cave. My TV was down there and my PlayStation was down there, so if I wanted to go in game, I would go down there before the TV was moved to my room. And I was downstairs sitting on a chair playing, pretty sure I was playing either Monster Rancher or Monster Rancher Battle Card. I was really obsessed with those games. But my TV was a tad loud and I was just so zoned in with this game. And then all I heard was from my left, slightly behind me, was, "Can you please turn it down?" And I thought it was my mom, like, you know, doing laundry, because the laundry room was behind me. And went to the laundry room. My mom wasn't there. So I went upstairs and my mom was upstairs. I can't remember if she was like cleaning the living room or she was in the computer room or something. And I went up to her, I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry for that, the TV was too loud," and I wasn't realizing it. And my mom was like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Well, you know, you came downstairs and told me to turn it down. I figured it was a little loud for you to hear from upstairs." She literally was like, "I haven't gone downstairs at all today, Nikki." And that's when I was like, then who told me to turn down the volume? So my mom, I don't know what she was doing when this happened, because I never clued in. By the way, I was like maybe 12 or 13 years old, and she told me to go to my room. And I was like, "Well, I'm in the middle of a game." She's like, "Go to your room. I'll come back to you and tell you when to go back downstairs, and I want you to not leave your room until I come back." And I was like, "Okay." So then she comes over and she goes, "Okay, you can go back downstairs." I didn't even ask what she was doing. So I just carried on my day and that was that. And then this is when things kind of got weird. I can't remember how long ago it was from that incident, but when my sister left, I moved from my bedroom to her room because, you know, she's gone. And her room was bigger than mine, so yeah, I took her room. I didn't have a bed at the moment because my sister took her mattress to her dorm because she was living at the dorm in her first year. And so I had to sleep on an air mattress. Mind you, not the greatest thing to sleep on, but I only had to sleep on it for like maybe a week or two until my parents could afford to get me in my own bed. The bed I had in my old room, it was not suitable for me to sleep anymore. Trust me, this is why I have back problems. Anyway, so I slept on an air mattress and I remember sleeping and suddenly I heard laughter. And it wasn't like an adult laugh or someone's partying outside. It was literally 2 little children laughing. Like, not laughing at me, like making fun. It was like they were playing. I didn't really think of it, so I just lay there. And like, I don't know, like 10, 15 minutes later, they were still laughing on and off. So I remember saying, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but stop it." and then I laid back down, and I'm like, is there someone else here? Then I don't know how long it was after that, and I remember one time, I can't remember if I was coming home or I was coming from upstairs. I went from wherever in the back of the house, and I know I had to go to the washroom. So I remember walking past the hallway, and I saw from the corner of my eye, there was a woman standing in my living room. And mind you, my house is not really that big. And she was wearing like a Victorian thick lace dress. Like it was an old dress, a small train at the back, and that's what got my attention. I only saw like maybe like this much at the back, and it was one of those like I moved too quickly to realize it was like a glimpse. But when I moved back, she was gone, and I said, "What?" Like, hold the phone, Bladder. We're gonna go check the living room here, but there was nothing there, and I don't know. My mom came home later on that day, and I pulled her aside, and I said, do you know, or do you feel like we're not alone in this house other than my dad being there? And my mom's like, what are you talking about? And I said, do you ever feel like there's someone else here, like a spirit? And my mom was like, why are you asking? And I said, well, I think I saw one in our living room today. And I said, and I questioned her because, you know, she's more home than I was. I was always out playing games with friends. She goes, oh, what did you see? And I said, well, I saw this lady standing in the living room. She was wearing like a white peach Victorian dress with a slight train. And my mom's like, oh, so you saw her? And I said, yeah. Wait, what? And she goes, I didn't think you would see her. And I'm like, well, how long have you been seeing her? And my mom's like, I've been noticing weird things happening in the house, and I've also been seeing her from the corner of my eye shortly or a few months after we moved in. And we moved in when I was around like 9 or 10 years old. So my mom told me a few things where she just randomly encounters the train of her dress, and she's never seen her face, and I've never seen her face. To this day, I've never seen her face. So then, one night, again, these things happen. I don't know how long the gap was when these incidents occurred. I remember being in my room, and I had a bunk bed at the time, and I'm a cuddly sleeper, so I need to have like a pillow or like some kind of like blanket cover just to cuddle at night when I sleep, because I sleep a lot on my side. One of my pillows fell, I guess in the midst of me sleeping, and I was trying to look for it, and I couldn't reach because I'm a short person with short arms, and all I can remember is something, I didn't see because I was groggy, but I remember grabbing it and then falling asleep. And then I instantly woke up, and my door was open. My door has been closed ever since we've had cats. Now, my parents had like 2-3 cats, so I always kept the door closed because they were all female and they were not all fixed. So when they would go into heat, you know what would happen. So I would close my door. My mom was sleeping. My dad was passed out. So I was like, okay. So then I told my mom what happened the next morning, and my mom was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, she came in my room and handed my pillow, which is effing weird. So I don't know how long after that, but I remember going down the stairs to the laundry room. I think I was doing laundry or something. And the downstairs gaming room, I stopped going down there because my TV was now in my room, so I rarely went down unless I was using the computer. And I was going downstairs, and The door was open slightly because of the cats, because they like to go in there and sleep. I saw someone's half face. It was a little boy, had to be around like 2 years old, with mushroom cut blonde hair and white shirt, overalls. And he was down there. And it was a quick glance, and then he was gone. I freaked out, and I was sitting there, I'm like, I wonder if that's the little boy that I heard laughing in the bedroom. I ran upstairs, and I was like, nope, whatever I have to do down here. I don't remember if I ever went back down, but I stayed clear to that area. And I told my mom about that. My mom said she didn't. She was like, oh. So I told my mom about that, and my mom was like, I didn't know she had kids. And I'm like, yeah. So I told her what happened when I moved into my sister's room. She freaked out. She said to me, do you remember the time where I told you to go into your bedroom and stay there until I told you so? I said, yeah, like, what the heck was all that about? And she was like, I was telling the ghost to not talk to you anymore because I accepted her being there because she wasn't harming anybody, but I was not okay with her talking to you. And she asked me that time if I ever heard her again, and I said, no, I've never heard from her ever since. So it's like, she listened, and so things took a weird turn, and I don't know, but one day all the doors in the house were open. My mom came up to me and asked me if I left the bedroom and opened all of our doors. Mind you, of the front and back doors, they were not open, just like all the bedrooms and bathrooms. And I said, no, why would I want to open all the doors? It's when we want to keep the cats out. And I remember one of the cats that we had would stand at the door and meow to let them in. Somehow all the cats got out, and then they all went into our rooms, and we were up middle of the night, you know, because I remember asking my mom, like, did you open all the doors? Because I've noticed the doors have been opening in my room lately, and my mom's just like, no. That's when I got weird, because she was doing that a lot, and my mom and I told her separate occasions, like, hey, can you cut it out? Like, we have the doors closed for a reason. After that, it's kind of like she distanced herself until the last time I saw her. The last time I saw her, she was wearing a different Victorian dress, except it was black. And usually that symbolizes death. And I told my mom I saw a slight image of her dress train, but I never got to see the back or like her hat like the first time I saw her. I don't know, ever since that last time I saw her, the years I lived there, my mom and I haven't heard from her. Maybe we think that she finally did her unfinished business and was moving on. I wondered if her children have come to terms to their deaths from whatever happened and moved on into the afterlife. I've asked my mom, I think I asked her like a few years ago if she still has heard of her, and we haven't heard from her. And the whole time this was happening, my dad thought my mom and I were going crazy, but the fact that there was 2 witnesses in the house to be like, there's someone else in this house, we're not going crazy. But my mom has never seen the little boy, but I have. We both have seen the mom. I have never seen the little girl. I know there's a little girl that was with them, and she was really good at hiding, because I never got a chance to see her. I couldn't tell you how old the little girl could have been, maybe not too far off from her brother. We never suspected the dad. Maybe the dad died or like early on or right after that the son was born. It's sad, but relieved, because it's sad that I was so used to their presence in the house, and I kind of liked them being there because they weren't like evil entities or angry spirits, but it's also good to know maybe they found peace. They never like broke anything. They never, you know, the cliche of I'm gonna open your cabinets and doors and slam them. I'm gonna make little noises, or I'm just gonna throw a temper tantrum and throw shit all over the house. They were just nice. Like, they just kept them to themselves. Other than the fact the kids laughed so long, they kept me up. That one incident, and then freaking out my mom when she told me to turn down the TV. And the fact that she opened all the doors. Maybe that was the only time she was ever angry. She just took it out on the cats by letting them out, and we suffered through the shenanigans of the cats. We never told them to leave. We just, you know, adapt to their presence. It'd be cool to have one that's not, you know, evil, because the stuff I see on YouTube, it's like, whoa, man, like, I'm so glad I didn't have that experience. But it's nice to know fully that we're not alone in this world. There's still souls and spirits who are angry and sad because they're still trapped in our planet when they should be in the afterlife, and all they want to do is go there, but they have things to do, or they're not ready to let go. But yeah, that is my spooky experience of living with a ghost. I know it's not like, oh my god, like this ghost like slammed all the cupboard doors and moved everything in my house. It's just, they were nice ghosts. It's just, I'm sad that I never got to see the other one before they left, I think. But I haven't heard anything from my mom about them possibly still being there. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked my little spooky story of my experience with living with ghosts. Not 1, 3. If you guys liked this video and thought it was interesting, give it a nice like. And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos, not such as these. I mean, look, what am I going to talk about next Halloween? This is the only type of spooky thing that's ever happened in my life. But subscribe. I do a lot of random videos and nerdy content and makeup stuff and cosplay stuff, so you don't want to miss out on that. And if you guys have experience living with a ghost, comment down below and let me know what you went through. Whether they were nice or they were freaking awful. I'd like to say thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!